Welcome to Rebel1v Garage, and today we are hopefully going to be putting a 2001 24-valve Cummins in a 93 Dodge D350. This has been a project I've been wanting to do for a while, so let's jump into it. Alright, now that the intro is out of the way, I just wanted to go over a little bit over some of the parts that we have to install on the motor. I got these far from stock engine mounts. I haven't seen too many videos on them, so I'm going to do a little bit of, I wouldn't say review, but do a little bit of content on them. We also have a rear main seal and I believe an intake gasket and an oil pan gasket to install. One more part coming in this order. It is a grid heater delete block. For some reason PDP decided to ship it in like 3 different shipments, so hopefully it comes in soon. And just want to do a little bit more of an in-depth look at these far from stock engine mounts. They are powder coated, I believe. As you can see, I've already had them mounted up on the motor, but I took them off so I could do this quick overview. I went with these just because I wasn't sure about the factory 12-valve mounts, if they would work or if they're any good, and I just was looking on far from stock and I saw these. I believe they retail for about $450, which is a little pricey, but seems like they may be worth it. They seem pretty high quality. Only time will tell, though. Alright, here's the motor. It's essentially just a core at this place in time, but I want to get it set in the truck to basically gauge some other things that need to be done for the project, and I'll just rebuild it as I go, hopefully mostly in the truck. Picked it up for a few $100 a couple of weeks back. Had the truck for a while, but really didn't have time to start the project. But I feel like it was about time, otherwise it was just gonna sit forever. So yeah, got some more things I'm gonna go over in a little bit. Here's the truck. We have the front end stripped off of it, partially due to the fact that it was in a wreck and I had to pull the the driver's side fender off and the core support. We have the donor off of a gasser, but we do have to do some modifications for that. This is a 93 Dodge D350 LE that I got in a trade, and I've been wanting to rebuild, so thought this would be a good route to go, so we'll see. I'm going to record the segment in the cab. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the motor itself and some plans for the swap. Originally 24-valve Cummins, as you may know, comes with a VP44 injection pump, but I do not want to deal with all the wiring or VP44 issues, and I cannot quite afford a P-pump swap on my budget, so I want to do the next best thing, which is a VE pump off of a 12-valve Cummins. I believe we can accomplish this. I've seen a few swaps done and seems doable, so we're going to attempt it. While I was recording that last segment in the cab, the final piece of the PDP order came in, so let's do a little unboxing. There it is. There we go, there's the grid heater delete block. I will say, PDP did ship this fairly fast. I ordered it last week, and the first few items came in quickly. This one just took a little longer, but all in all, not too long. One thing I didn't mention earlier when I was talking about the motor, when I got it, I got the full wiring harness from the 24-valve, so this should be helpful during the swap. I also got the 2nd gen computers. If anyone knows where I can get a case for a 1st gen computer, that would be really helpful because they got damaged in the accident. The board still works just fine, just the case is cracked and I don't want it to get corroded with water or debris or anything. Alright guys, as you can see, I just got the far from stock motor mounts mounted up on the side of the block. Haven't quite decided what to do with this top corner. I can't tell if the threads are just corroded or if there are none. This block was pretty rusty. As you can see, I did knock off some rust with a needler. But there's no like major issues. I believe the stock motor mount locations here won't work for this application. I'm not for sure yet. I will update later in the video if that's true. So you have to move it forward to whatever these are, and there's these three holes all thread just fine, but this one doesn't, and it's the same on the same side, so I'm really not sure yet. I might have to do a little more research into that, but we'll go from here. One thing I didn't point out on the other side is these are adjustable or slotted. So and it has this little notch here up at the top at the back side of the mount, so I lined it up there, and we'll adjust it from there, but I did that on both sides. Another detail I wanted to point out is this truck was, as I said earlier, in an accident, and I believe the frame is slightly tweaked. It's really hard to tell, but I believe it could be. I measured from the tire to the cab. I don't know if that's the proper way to do it, but it's 3/4 inches closer to the cab on this side. I'm gonna run it. We're gonna see what happens. The truck isn't technically totaled, so we'll figure it out. The underside is also rust free, so I feel like it'd be a pretty good candidate for restoration. Well, major body damages on this truck would be like this. There's a dent up here on the cab, and this is honestly probably the worst on the passenger side rear dually fender. I think the other one can be repaired, but this one is too far gone, so I'll be on the lookout for another at some point in time. The seat in this truck is also out of a W150, out of my old flatbed truck, which is now belongs to my buddy. You'll see him later in this video. It doesn't exactly mount up. I haven't pulled up the carpet yet. The front bolts up just fine, but there are no holes that we've seen in the rear. I believe they're probably buried under the carpet, because this truck used to have bucket seats with a center console, but when I got the truck, they were gone. So I like the bench seat more, and it matches the interior. So we just got the motor up on the cherry picker, trying to get the trailer out from under it now. We're gonna try to slide it over to the truck. We're one piece of wood closer. It's not going too bad so far. Hopefully we just gotta find a way to bridge these gaps here. All right, we got the motor moved over the actual truck now. We're gonna get set in. Just took a little bit of redneck ingenuity and a weird engine hoist. We got the motor sitting on the cross member. Got 2 bolts in the motor mounts. Got Ricky over here. And there it is. 24 valve Cummins sitting in 93 Dodge D350. We have a bottle jack under it to help keep angle. We're gonna have to adjust the mounts a little bit because it's a little close to the firewall for liking, and the harmonic balancer is pretty close to the thing when it's all the way straight. A lot of things will be corrected though when we actually get a transmission for it. All right, we got the first gen all tarped up. We're about to head over to Ricky's house and go work on his truck now, so we'll probably do a little recording over there as well. We've arrived over here at Ricky's. We got his truck. Big old flatbed. This is my old truck. 89W100. Yeah, he said 89W100. This is my old truck. You'll notice later on some of the parts for my dually came off this truck, like the fender and the core support in the hood. Alright, it's getting late and we're gonna wrap up this video on his truck. As you can see, got that off. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.